Yo! Today I'm going to show you how to scrap an AC car compressor. There's little nuggets of scrapper gold in there. This is a GM compressor. And on this one, there's no center nut in here. It's actually got threads on the outside you can barely see because they're all super rusted up. Here you can kind of see them there. I don't have a tool to get these off either. There's a tool you screw on the outside and then there's a bolt on the inside that presses this off. Most compressors just have a center bolt or a center nut you just take off and then this clutch comes off. You got a bearing here and a pulley and the clutch is on the outside and that's what drives the compressor. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is get that off. This is probably going to be one of the toughest types of pulleys to get off. I'm just going to get a chisel in between, like so, and just use a few more. And hopefully if I do this enough, it'll pull the pulley out. It's a really tight press fit. Working my way around here. Whatever stuff I have. Geez, it should start coming out by now. It's bending. Oh, that's really tight. Wow, that's really tight. I think it started moving. Try my pickle fork. Try my other pickle fork. Oh yeah, it's moving now. For sure. And there she blows. Looks like the pulley just started getting pressing off and then I just broke the shaft off, which is fine. Don't really care. It's all scrap anyways. So once I get that off, there's a retaining clip in here. And that's what holds the rest of this clutch on. You can just beat off with a hammer. This is all scrap steel, so it's really not, there's no real value in that. But here's where the real gem is. This is your pull-in winding for the clutch, and it's all copper inside of there. Most of these are bolted in somehow. This one doesn't look like it. It looks like it's press fit in. I'm just going to run around with a pry bar and pull that out. Now most of these compressor coils, this metal right here is usually flush with all this plastic and you got to knock out just the top ring of the plastic with a chisel to get it all the copper. There's usually a good amount of weight of copper in here. So what I'm going to try to do now is just knock out the very top of this plastic. So like I say, depending on the manufacturer and the age, they're all a little different. Of course, you're going to want to wear some safety glasses or this stuff will fly right out in your eye. Got a little bit of this plastic stuck on the wire. You just hit it with a hammer and it'll come right off. Looks like I did the job. Now I can just pull all this copper out of here. And there it is. If you love scrapping as much as I do, that little bit of copper is a real winner. Now, there's a whole bunch of aluminum in this I can scrap out too. If there's any metal in it though, they call it breakage. And that's only good for like 20 cents a pound. But if it's clean aluminum, it's good for about 60 cents a pound. So you can triple your money getting all the steel out of all of this. So that's what I'm going to do. This is a pressure switch. You see these in a lot of compressors. It's got a little metal retaining clip holding it in. Get that out of there. These usually just pop right out. This one's kind of rusted in. It don't want to come out. I might be able to push it out from the other side. This is a high pressure relief valve. Get that out of there. Got some 13 millimeters on this. A lot of these compressors have Allen bolts in them. Some have reverse Torxes on them. Sometimes when them Allen bolts are rusted in, you got to use a chisel and a hammer to bust them loose. At this point, it's a good idea to put it in a pan because there's compressor oil in this thing and it might get all over the place. I can hammer these apart. It should be 3 pieces on this one. Got all kinds of fun pieces in here. Like these are solid aluminum. There's little metal bushings in here though. Most of the time these little balls on most compressors, they just fall right out. These are stuck in here. Put a magnet on this. This cam is usually aluminum on most compressors, but this one's steel, so all of this can go into the steel pile. If it was aluminum, I can just put this in a vise and just hammer on this shaft and separate the 2 pieces. I have little needle bearings on the inside of here. There's one. I can run my magnet around here and nothing sticks, so that's all clean aluminum. This one's got a seal on the inside of it. You can barely see it, but it's in there. There's a little dust felt thing in here. That can go away. Now I can see the seal in there. There's another retaining clip in here for that. Got that out. Now I can try to hammer this seal out from the other side. There's a little seal. That's all solid aluminum. Now for that pressure switch that got stuck. Punch that out of there. Got all that out. I see an O-ring. Yeah, I can't get the metal out of these. So those aren't going in my clean scrap. The rest of this is all just steel. This one doesn't have any, but a lot of these compressors will have little alignment pins in them. And they're not hard to get out. If you see an alignment pin, you just get a claw hammer and you just hammer on it like this until it grabs it and you can pull them right out. So that's how you get the little alignment pins out in different compressors. Really, that's the only thing different from this than any other. See what kind of winnings I got. Almost a half a pound there. So that's about $1.50. 6 pounds of aluminum. So that's about a whopping $3.50. So I got $5 worth of scrap out of that little AC compressor. If you do a couple dozen of them, you might get a C note out of the deal. I can add that to my copper treasure chest. My copper piggy bank. I'm going to need a bigger bank. That's my video. Okay, bye.